This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Let's talk about, as the company is struggling a little bit, they're just not the company they were before. Lots of folks are going to start leaving either on their own or maybe they're asked to leave. Perhaps the biggest is Rick Rude. And Meltzer would say the biggest loss is Rick Rude, whose departure had little to do with weak crowds. Rude quit the promotion in the middle of the week, which is the reason several C-Team shows were canceled the weekend of October 8th. The early word was that Rude was simply holding out because he was unhappy with his SummerSlam payoff, reportedly 17 grand, but you can always take numbers like that with a grain of salt. And supposedly he and Vince had been at odds since he had a triceps injury and missed some house shows with the Ultimate Warrior. But at this point he's gone, and they even announced it on TV that I guess Jack Tunney said that, Rick Rude had been suspended for all the remarks regarding Boss Man's mother.
His mother's a whore.
Oh my gosh. Listen to you. Chat me up though. Do you remember, could this have been remedied? Is this what, as far as you recall, and I know we've talked about this a lot about Rick Rude in the archives, but now with this number here, 17,000, I'm not asking you to, hey, was that the right number or not? But is that really what it comes down to? He was just unhappy with the SummerSlam payoff. Could Vince have said, you know what, pal, you're right? Because we've heard over the years, if guys would complain about their pay, they would go and ask for a meeting with him or JR. And sometimes they'd get a second check in consideration and say, you know what, you're right. Here's a little more. Was Vince worried about setting a precedent here, or was it beyond that and Rude just felt disrespected and he was out no matter what?
Again, I think it depends on who you are and what the situation is. I have no idea whether that number's accurate or not, one way or the other. And there's always going to be talent from the beginning of time that feel that they are underpaid no matter what the hell they're paid. They could make and keep the entire house and somehow feel that they got screwed.
Right.
It's inherent in the business. So if for Rick to feel that way, wouldn't surprise me in the very least. For him to go to Vince and if Vince, he had a convincing argument, but that's between him and Vince. And if Vince felt that there was a compelling argument, then shit, I could see Vince giving him more money and saying, okay, yeah, you know what, pal, you're right. And here's a bonus. Or if Vince felt very strongly that what he got was fair in comparison to where he was on the card and what he did, then Vince is going to stand by his decision, and that's it.
What's crazy though is when Rude leaves, he's got a year left on his contract. So for nearly a year, he can't go to WCW. He's just going to sit at home. It's just amazing to me that he makes this decision. Another guy who quits is Akeem, and Meltzer would say this one was more amicable. He just was tired of the road life and wanted to go home. So he did. And they speculate that he may try to take a stab at the UWF. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.